Hello, everyone. This is Tammy Fisher within the Doll World, and I'm here today with my beautiful, wonderful co-host, Miss Georgette Taylor.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Georgette Taylor. And today we're excited to have our good friend, Izabela Kwella. You all probably know her from the Traveling Doll Pants. We interviewed her and Patricia before about that, and Izabela has some exciting news to share with us today. And so we're excited to have her. So hello, Izabela. Thank you for joining us. So Izabela, tell us what's going on that's you're so excited about, that I'm so excited about, we're all excited about.
So my new project connected with doll photography is publishing a book about doll photography.
Cool.
I'm very excited about that one.
And we're excited for you. And part of the reason that we're so excited is that this is going to be a collaboration where we sponsor Izabela's book, and I am also going to be editing her book. So yay! Izabela Kwella. So we're all super excited, and we're happy to bring this information to you. And so this is Izabela telling you about her great idea, and it was so exciting. I felt like I needed to jump in and help her out with the editing, and it's just, this is cool. This is really cool. Really cool. It's an in the doll world collaboration. I mean, like all of us, working together. Great. Yes.
So we're excited to have you share what it is that you're doing, and people can get to jump on and help support your amazing book. And so, let us know what's how where you got started at and what you're doing.
I have an idea to create a doll photography book, and that book, it's all about how to take photos of dolls as we do it. I think I put inside in that book at least 4 years of my experience. So I've been taking photos of dolls for 5 years now, and I'm showing there in that book how I do it, how I take photos of dolls, what I've learned for all those years. I show my tricks, I share my tips, pro tips that I use that are important for me, what I'm focused on, what equipment I use, how I take the photos, how I pose the dolls. This is one of the most common questions that I get. It's like, how do I make my dolls look so real? So I try to explain that one and show that one by showing behind the scene process. So it's not only a photo, a final version of the photo, but I show behind the scene process, show how I work, what are my ideas, how you can make it easy. And what it's interesting, it's like, this is so simple. It's like, you don't need to know fancy program, fancy apps. You don't need to know even Photoshop, it's everything you can do very easily with just your phone. Very often it's just your phone. And I share all my knowledge I have. I can easily say that this is like, a pill of my knowledge. So it's everything squeezed to that one book. And I hope it will be an inspiration for others.
I think that will be great.
So I usually take photos from behind the scene when I take some photo shoots, when I make some photo shoots. That's my habit already. So I know that this is very interesting for everyone. I've noticed that on Instagram. So I had a feedback from my followers that this is interesting. So I always try to remember to take some behind the scene photos and materials to share it with my audience. So that I started to feel that sharing my knowledge via behind the scene photos and materials, it's kind of my stuff, it's like my trademark, I can say like that.
Yes.
So so I wanted to make that book that it's really me. Like, I can feel that this idea is me. So that's why the book is all about the backstage, and I reveal there or my tricks. I say tricks, doll photography tricks. The book contains 21 photo shoots, And those are photos that I took in years 2018 and 2021. So there is a lot of different photos, outdoor, indoor. So I wanted to make it as much interesting as possible, but I was limited with that behind the scene materials. So I couldn't use each photo I had. I was searching for those that I have with the behind the scene materials. So I even found one photo from 2018.
Okay.
So I was very glad with that one.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you said you had information from 21 photo shoots. How many pages are in your book?
It's 6 or 52. I don't really remember.
Okay. I didn't know if it was 21 pages or it was more than that.
No, it's more than that because each.
Okay.
Oh, I can show you the prototype of the page. Let me see.
Okay.
Because we have the prototype of the book. This is the prototype of the book. It looks like this. So the size is 24 by 24, and it's a square. And here is one of example, let's say, of the photo shoot. So we have, yes, so it looks like that. So we need 2 pages for each photo shoot.
Okay, so you show
we have
the
always,
photo and then the back work on the opposite page.
Exactly. And some details, some my
summary or
explanation
something.
Yes.
And here we have the details that I use in the photo. So perimeters and the camera that I use, the lens that I use while I was taking the photos. What is important, I think that the book, it's not only for camera users. I use camera now. But back in 2018, I wasn't using camera. I started using camera in 2018. So that book, it's not for, photographers who use fancy stuff. I wouldn't say like that. Almost, I would say that all that photo shoots you could recreate only with your cell phone. And a lot of things that I say in the photo book, it's about composition, about the tricks, how to pose the doll, what's important to me, on what I'm focused on, where I came up with the idea, what I want to emphasize in the photo, and things like that. But it's more about the composition, about the idea, about posing, about working with the doll, than on that technical part of photography.
Okay.
But I really wanted to add that technical part. So this is when I described the perimeters of the photo and the equipment that I used to take that photo.
Okay, that's great.
So it's a compilation of all the things that you utilize, right, to bring a photograph to life, pretty much. Like the thought process of how you do it, also what you use, and what it looks like afterwards.
When I was creating that book, I was thinking, like, I was trying to remember myself when I started taking photos of dolls. And I remember myself at that time that I was like searching on Instagram, because I really started taking more photos when I started my Instagram back in 2016. And it was like, I was looking for some behind the scene photos. My thoughts was like, are they really making such a big dioramas? It's impossible. How much space do you need? It was like, no, I need to see this. And I was really looking for anything that people could show me. I guess this is why I started to share my behind the scene, because I knew that this is really useful for people. Because when you start, you don't know where to start. You don't know how to work, and you discovered one by one. You discovered using the dolls that have more articulation, then how to use the light, what to do, and everything. So I guess this is what I wanted to do, to share my experience, because I know that if you can see people how they work, it makes really clear for you. And it's like, I've started writing ebooks about doll photography. I think it was at least 3 different ebooks, like one in Polish, 2 in English, and from different angle in different time of my life. So when my daughter was born, and I had a little more time when she was just a little, so I was thinking then about the ideas. So another one like year ago, and it's like, I dropped all of these ideas because I thought this is so many information. If you want to describe all of it, it's so many. It was difficult for me. I don't even know how to say, but maybe exhausting. And I was, oh my God, for other people it will be exhausting as well, because you need to absorb so many information. So when I came up with the idea to just add the photos, I thought, yes, this is the modern idea of talking about stuff, explaining, because there's the part of the description, that caption part when I describe how I work, what is important for me, and there are some my private tips, let's say pro tips about photography, but you can also see everything on the behind the scene photos, and you have that final version of the photo, and it's the final version with that original radio. So it's on Instagram you need to you need to frame the photo, and in the photo book you have a chance to see the original version of the photo that actually has never been published anywhere, because I work on Instagram, so I need to frame each picture.
Okay, that's good.
And I think it's important for our In the Doll World family to hear and to see your story, because you do wonderful photos.
Yes.
And you do the Monday for Dolls. You are the person behind that campaign. And so we see lots of gorgeous photos, and it's important, I think, also to uplift you from the point of, because you do that weekly campaign, you are encouraging a lot of us in the doll world, because I participated a little bit, but you're encouraging a lot of us in the doll world to start taking photos of our dolls and to think about what they should look like and to improve our photo skills. So it's important, I think, for the doll world, for those of us who want to participate in taking photos of our dolls, to understand it and to see how someone who does such a beautiful job like you, how you do what you do. And that's really important.
Someone asked me about the question, if I had to use only one word, what would be the word to describe the book? And first, my first thought was inspiration. So I think that's the best. That's the first part. So I want to be an inspiration for others to see how you can work. And I believe that book could be, when you see it, you can be inspired to try your things in your way, but knowing how I do it. And the other word is demystification. So it's like, I really demystify the doll photography. So those are the words that I would say about that book.
That's great.
I could definitely see that. Yeah.
And In the Doll World is excited. Georgette and I are excited to be able to support you in what you're doing. We are one of the sponsors for Izabela's book. So we are excited about that. One of our things that we're really working toward this year, and will be continuing to work toward, is embracing, collaborating, and supporting the artists in our community. So we are excited to be able to help Izabela with this.
Yeah, that's so important to us, because the genesis of the show is to be able to showcase all the amazing and creative people that are in the doll world. So we get a great opportunity to collaborate with people like you and to help to, share what it is that you do and bring to the table. And at the same time, offer our listeners a different perspective too on some of the guests that we've had. So, they may see you in one light and now they get to see you in another light, and they get to peek behind the scenes of what it is that you really truly are passionate about, and how you help, the dolls come to life in photography. And so we're excited to be a part of that. And we're excited to be a part of that journey. And we appreciate the fact that you have received us in that way too. We just want to thank you for that as well. So we're just excited to be part of your book and be able to share what it is that you do with our listeners in the doll world. It's going to be amazing.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm really excited.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
I hope the book will become a reality, because there is the tricky part. So we decided to publish it as a crowdfunding campaign. So it's a campaign on Kickstarter. It was a tough call for me because I was thinking about that one for a long time. So publishing a book, it's definitely the first book that I'm trying to publish. I don't have any experience, but also I don't have any experience in creating any products. So our doll world, it's full of people who create stuff. So amazing designers, creators, architects who create furnitures, or even people who create wigs for dolls and recreates dolls itself, create dolls. So there's a lot of people who create stuff. I've never done any of it, but I really wanted to share my knowledge, what I learned. And the idea to do it with the via the Kickstarter campaign sounded really good for me, because when I was talking about that one with my friend, she told me, you do it with your community, so they you ask them if they want your product. So this is the very important word in the Kickstarter campaign, in the crowdfunding campaign. And this is this is the tricky part, you know, because I already have that prototype in my hand. I really would like to make that book, because I have prepared all the materials, but I know that we will not do it if we will not hit the financial goal we need to publish that one.
Right.
So we are really close. Have like 87% or 78%.
Okay, so you're really close.
87,
That's
I think.
great.
Sorry.
Okay, yes,
Yeah,
you're
so,
almost there.
Yeah, so we are almost there, but you know, we are not there yet.
Not there
so
yet, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I cannot be so happy. So we have still 2 weeks left. I cannot be sure. I cannot say that we'll do it. We'll do it only if we will collect all the money we need. And I need to say that this journey with the Kickstarter campaign, it's amazing, you know. The first day when we started, I was preparing that one for a few months with all my left time that I have during all my studies, that stuff that I do during the day. But the first day, the day when we started, we are starting with live, so we are making the Instagram live and hitting the button start, and people were, you know, jumping into the project, and they were supporting us. So that was amazing. The first 24 hours were really very emotional for me, and it was amazing because we had hit like 60% at the end of the first day. We had 60%, so that was really great, and and it gave me a lot of hope that this project is something our community really needs. At the end of first week, we had 80%. So now it's the most difficult part, because it's the moment when the campaign stopped a little bit.
Right.
And me talking with you, like explaining it and having a chance to tell people about this, in my opinion, unique project, it's a way for me, you know, to explain and maybe to engage more people and encourage them to support it.
Yes. And one of the things that your Kickstarter does is, for anybody who's been following Izabela or seen some of the beautiful photographs from the traveling doll pans, you will see how you can come in and you can go to her Kickstarter and buy the book. It's not just, I mean, if you want to come in and you want to donate money to help them create the book, that's wonderful. You don't have to buy the book, but you can actually buy a signed copy of the book. And that money goes toward the Kickstarter. So she's getting the pre-orders in as part of the Kickstarter, which I think is a great way of doing it. Yeah, so congrats on that. And again, anyone who, if you think you might be interested in what she's doing, check out her Instagram. The Bella is Bella_Bella, isn't it? Bella_Belldolls. And so, yeah, her work is just amazing. And thank you for encouraging, like I said, encouraging our community with those Monday challenges.
It's exactly like that. So on the Kickstarter, you can buy the book, so pre-buy it, let's say, and the book is almost ready to be printed. If we finish the campaign with the success at the early beginning of October, the whole October will be for the printing part, and until the middle of November, I would like to pack everything, each book signed, packed all books, all the additional rewards, if anyone bought the book with the reward. And then we would like to ship it all over the world, because the campaign is worldwide. My aim is that everyone will get the book before the Christmas. And I think it's a really nice time to get the book.
Yes, that'd be great.
Yes,
it'd be great too, to people to think about, you know, possibly giving one of those books as a gift to somebody else too, you know, not just for their own, you know, purpose, but to, you know, like you said, to help your Kickstarter by, you know, giving them as gifts to other people and friends that they know that love dolls and photography. I think it'd be a great opportunity there for them to be able to get that signed and give it as a gift to somebody else. So that'd be great.
And one of the gifts with the Kickstarter is you can get the book and doll clothing. And I think that that's really fun. So if you're buying it as a gift for someone, they can, you know, they get the extra doll clothing. So yeah.
That'd be fun. Are there any other things that people can expect when they go to Kickstarter that maybe they could participate in order to help you to move your project along?
Actually, yes, we have just had a new idea to invite people to be as sponsors of our book. So they will be able to show their logotype if they have any kind of brands on the back cover of the book. And that space will be limited up to 8 or 10 people. We will check it correctly. And that new option will appear as an additional reward on the Kickstarter campaign, and it should appear really soon. So stay tuned with the campaign, and you will have the chance to be our sponsor.
Yay!
That's
like
great.
In the doll world. Yay!
Yeah. And one of the things that I think we talked about when we were talking about sponsors was that even if you do an additional run of the books, those people who are sponsoring you now will have their logos printed on the next edition of the book. If you, I mean, not that I'm not saying a next edition, but if you do an additional run of the book.
Yes, so it will stay. So it's not only for the copies that will be printed out thanks to the Kickstarter campaign, but for the book in general. So if we will making an additional printing, the book cover will stay the same. So yeah, the sponsorships will be there for all the time.
That's wonderful. That's great. Yeah, I love that.
We're looking forward to working with you, and it's going to be just great. It's going to be lots of fun. So for our followers, if they want to know more about your Kickstarter, where should we send them to? Where can they go to find the information?
The easiest way is to go on a Kickstarter and search for doll photography, and you will find our project there. Or you can go to my Instagram account, and there is a link in the bio directed to the campaign. So all they have to do is go to look for doll photography, and they can pull up your information. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much, Izabela. Yeah, we're just excited for you and excited for us. It's great to be collaborating and sponsoring. This is going to be amazing.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, bye.
Bye.